Hello everyone, I hope you're having a fantastic Friday. I've been getting a lot of comments, questions, DMs regarding if we'll be getting a console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3 this week. And I do want to mention that yesterday there actually was some console mod updates here. So some of the mods that previously haven't gotten updates in a while actually ended up getting some updates. So they did do something here related to console mods. But unfortunately, even on Reddit there, people are upset there's not a console mod drop. And I've been getting a lot of upset comments as well about the mods that have been dropping. But I want to highlight some of the great underrated mods that have been released here in the last few weeks as well, because I'm still getting questions about things like Tav's Hair Salon, which released a couple weeks back, and I just want to briefly touch on some of my most favorite underrated mods here. The first one I want to showcase is a mod that I'm actually mind blown that we got, and it's the Player Tree Home mod. So this is the Kira Player Housing Tree Home for Kira May. I really like this mod. Now, what this does is it adds a custom camp into the game, so you can come here, and I would recommend using any of the Ace glamping mods to add a bunch of different tents and things to this mod, but you could end up using this as your camp, which is really cool. It's a pocket dimension, so it does have some differences from where you normally notice this in the game. Like the fireplace obviously doesn't work there because it's not actually the same location in Act 1, which I talked about a little bit earlier this week about how I have a good feeling we're going to see some different mods come to console that we previously haven't been able to get. For Kira May has also made another mod related to this, the Realtor mod, which adds 8 or 9 different locations into the game for camps. So there potentially could be more of these, but what I was thinking was, since this is a new location that's accessible by using an item, potentially down the road we could see some items that potentially add in things like dungeons and stuff like that. So there's some good stuff coming, I believe. But yeah, this is a mod that I think you should definitely try out if you think that this looks interesting, because yeah, with the glamping mods, you can make this your own unique camp. I absolutely love it. Another mod that's been going under the radar is the Enemies Reworked Combat and Faction Overhaul mod by Relamod. Now, Relamod has made a lot of really great mods, like the Extra Encounters and Mini Boss, which has over 2 million downloads, whereas this mod here only has 50k or 59k downloads, and I highly recommend checking this one out if you're looking for something to make the game a little bit more challenging. Let's say you're using console mods that make the game a lot more easy with like overpowered class mods. What this does is it makes it so that certain enemies will get more spells, actions, and passive buffs, and this is both enemies and NPCs alike. Harder fights with more unpredictable outcomes. Most factions will have their own unique buffs, so that's one thing that's really cool. So it actually adds a lot of unique abilities here. So normally, Rangers will only do arrows attacks at you. Now, they can do fire arrows, ice arrows, apply Hunter's Mark to get the extra damage. And certain factions, like the Absolute's Presence here, will give buffs. So this creature is blessed by the Absolute, giving it mental rehabilitation and mental interference here. So whenever it deals damage, psychic damage, it can apply mental fatigue on you, which gives it -2 to your mental saves, which is actually kind of huge. I really like this mod because it makes the enemies feel a bit more lively. It also adds some stuff from patch 8 into the enemies' pool of attacks and spells that they can use. Highly recommend checking this one out. It's only got 59k downloads. I highly recommend this. Can't say enough good stuff about it. Now, another mod I've oddly been asked about a lot is the Transmogrification Light mod. This lets you change the armor in the game to have a different appearance. Now, currently it only works with armor sets that are already in the base game, so if you wanted to make the Helldusk armor look like a different set of armor, you can do that with this mod. You can also make it so that you have the benefits of a cloak without having to have the appearance of a cloak, which I've been getting a lot of people asking about that, so you can do that there. All you have to do is use this mod, and it gives you an option to transmogrify. You can do it so that it copies the appearance of one item to another, or you can make it so you copy the stats of an item and apply it to another item, or make it appear like there's nothing on. So you could potentially go around running around with no clothing on and have all the benefits of your armor. So this is great because there's a lot of people that have been asking about having your weapons out while doing that. You can do this all with this mod. So Transmogrification Light, extremely useful mod. Also, Wither's Trader. This gives you a camp trader. There's also the Ace Glamping Banker and Vendor Companion, which gives you a scroll that summons in a companion here that you can use to buy things with. And it also is nice because it gives new outfits, but it also gives you the ability to purchase things from mods. So these are 2 great mods that just allow you to buy things from camp. Been asked a lot about that. Also, there's been a lot of really good class mods here, and these are based off Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition mods. Now, I've actually got a few comments recently complaining about how mods are just made up randomly and they don't have any actual relevance to D&D, but that just shows that you haven't checked out these mods by Havsglim, because they've released a lot of them here, and more are coming each and every, I guess, couple weeks to console. So here's the current list of class mods here. We got the Oath of Conquest, the Circle of Blood Druid, the Aberrant Mind Sorcerer, my personal favorite, and I wish this was in base game Baldur's Gate 3, Lunar Sorcery, Knight in Bane, College of Tragedy Bard, Misfortune Bringer. I posted builds for the Misfortune Bringer, College of Tragedy Bard, and Lunar Sorcery earlier this week. There's also the Graviturgy Wizard, the Houndmaster Fighter. I posted a build for this previously, the Debonair Rogue. So we're seeing a lot of these popping up and more to come, but probably next week. Another really awesome mod I love is by CH here, the Act 2 Day mode. So this makes it so Act 2 is nice and bright. There's also a few other ones like Night mode for Act 1 and 3. And another one I really enjoy that's also on console with the Blood Moon, making it dark. Yeah, I would recommend, though, if you're using these mods to download, they're just a better torch because it will brighten things up quite a bit. It's almost a necessity to have. So yeah, highly recommend those mods. Another mod that I think is really great, I posted a Scarlet Witch build using the telekinetic spells here by Dawnstar. They also have the water spells as well. The telekinetic spells all come with their own unique VFX, which just looks incredible. And we're blessed to get mods like this available on consoles. So yeah, you can see here, lots of cool VFX. If you haven't used this mod yet, try it out. Play as a sorcerer or wizard. It adds it to their spell list. And the spells themselves look cool. Not overpoweringly broken either. They're pretty balanced within Baldur's Gate 3. Another mod, Tab's Hair Salon. As I mentioned, I'm still getting questions about when this is coming to console. It's available on console as of 2 weeks ago, and it's an incredible mod with 150 different hairstyles. And yes, it has the Evelyn hairstyle, which a lot of people have been asking for as well. So you can see it on my character here. That's what I'm rocking, the Evelyn hairstyle. So yeah, that's also available. Another cool mod that went under the radar is the Blood Rager spell pack, which adds a bunch of different spells into the game. And you can see there's actually quite a few of them. Now, this is made by Von Smash here. The Blood Rager is a class that's available in like Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. It combines a sorcerer with a barbarian, and it's really fun, actually. I personally enjoy this quite a bit. Highly recommend checking out this mod as well if you want to enhance that experience, because it's just a blast to play with. Another mod that I think is awesome is the Book Collector mod here. So in a 24-meter aura radius, you can just collect every single book that goes into your inventory. So you no longer have to go around clicking and picking things up. I hope that we will see some of these other mods get added, like the Gold Digger, which adds the gold to your inventory when you're in a radius of it. This will automatically dig up items. They have a bunch of different ones. The Book Collector is the first one on console, and I'm hoping we're going to see more of these come soon. Also, hand crossbows expanded by Tokelos here. This adds a bunch of hand crossbows to the game, because let's be honest, the selection is not great as far as hand crossbows go. So this gives ones for each type of element. I think this is awesome. Lots of people could definitely enjoy this. Now, another thing, the Purple Dragon Knight Fighter by Sumer Dagnoth is released on console. And this class is the first and only class on console that has a dragon companion. And I know a lot of people have been asking for other dragon companion classes. Go download this one. I personally enjoy this much more than the other dragon classes. And it has a lot of cool abilities that work very well. Your dragon grows up alongside you. It also has its own gravity breath here with these cool VFX, and it appears alongside your own attacks. The mechanics of this are very interesting, so definitely recommend checking this one out. You can see here a lot of cool abilities here. Sumer Dagnoth is also working on the Echo Knight Fighter, which a lot of people have been asking for, so go download their mods. They are some of the best mods in the mod manager, and this is available on console, so go try it out. Also, their 5e Cleric subclass combined mod is also on console now, as is all their other mods. This is great. But people, as I said, people have been asking, why is there no 5e or D&D based classes? There actually is a ton of them, and you can see them all here. So yeah, go check out their mods. They're great. And also, Devils, Kobolds, and Goblins race mod now available on consoles, so you can transform yourself into a devil here. And there's actually ones for all the companions as well. It just looks awesome. Highly recommend checking this one out here. As you can see, Shart, Lae'zel, Hastarian, they all have their own versions of the Devils. Same with the Goblins too. So go check this one out. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to more race mods, and we're getting them now available on console. And I'll be honest, this works a lot better than the ones that are on PC. I know some people have been complaining about these not being allowed to change your character, but on PC, you can't really change the appearance of most race mods anyways either. So yeah, this gives you much more combinations of appearances. My personal face mod on console is the Coralina's Aesthetics Even More Heads mod. This adds a lot of really nice looking head mods. My favorite is the Arachne here. So if you're looking for more head mods, this is a great one. Also, choose your scores. People have been asking about mods like this as well, and this allows you to choose your actual ability scores. So if you want to play like true D&D and do dice rolls for your ability scores, you can now set those with this mod. Another great mod, Us Evolved. This allows you to level up Us, and it gives them a bunch of new abilities. I'm not going to go too in depth on all the changes because there's actually a lot of abilities that comes with it. And yeah, I think this is a really interesting mod that gives you a reason to use us as a pet. Also, light greatswords. For players of Elden Ring, this adds some light greatswords into the game. They're pretty cool. I actually really do like these. They're treated as long swords, so you can dual wield them if you got the dual wielder feed. Yeah, highly recommend checking this mod out by Ganeshima. Also, Poisey Libre's glossy metallic face tattoos. I like this. It just looks really cool. It adds the body art. It makes it metallic, kind of like the makeup is in the game. And finally, the nightmare difficulty. If you're not satisfied with Tactician Enhanced, throw this one on alongside the enemies reworked by Relamod, and you'll have a really challenging game. So I just want to highlight some of those mods that I feel like went under the radar a little bit because, yeah, it's unfortunate sometimes when there's not console mod drops, but we did get a huge hotfix yesterday that made performance much better on console and much better on PC. So yeah, they've been working hard on these updates. There's literally mod updates on PlayStation and Xbox yesterday. So yeah, I just want to provide an update, make it a little bit more positive because I've been getting a lot of negative DMs and comments and all that stuff. And I think we should be happy with what Larian has been doing because they put out a big hotfix. They put out updates this week. And there was 3 mod drops so far in July. So we've been eating good in terms of mod releases. But let me know what kind of mods you want to see come to console next. I'm always curious to hear people's thoughts on that. Hit the subscribe button below if you haven't already. And I hope you have a great day. We'll catch y'all in the next one.